Hello YouTube and welcome back. It's been a super long time since I made a video. I got really busy with other stuff, and not that much other stuff on my cars was breaking and causing problems. I have had one issue with my Oldsmobile that's been recurring since October, but I haven't made any videos on it because every time I work on it, I just get frustrated. But I'm sure you're wondering what this is. First of all, I wanted to wish you all a Merry Christmas. Late Merry Christmas. It's probably going to be going up on the 27th, but I'm recording it on the 25th. I got this here car as a Christmas gift, technically. I picked it out, but it was paid for by my family, who wanted to get me something a little more than just tools and parts for Christmas. So they paid for this. It wasn't all that expensive, so it's not like, it's not like they bought a show car for me or something. But this is a 78 Chrysler Cordoba. I don't think it's got any fancy trim packages on it. It's kind of sort of optioned out, but not really. It's got some base model features, but also some higher end features, which I'll get into a little bit here. But this here is going to be my, it's going to take the place of the Oldsmobile eventually. It's going to be my daily driver. It's in a lot worse condition than it looks on video, I promise, which I'll show you in a second. But yeah, a 78 Cordoba, 318, 3-speed auto. I've wanted one of these ever since I had my Charger in high school. I had a 75 Dodge Charger. It was a nice car, but it was in really rough condition. And I ended up getting rid of it because I was late for school every day. I was late for work every day. It stalled all the time. I couldn't drive it in the rain because it would stall in the rain or it wouldn't start in the rain or whatever. It was just a nightmare to deal with, but it's the same platform as this. And I thought, well, the Charger was nice. It was a fun car. It was a two-door. I'm not a huge fan of two-doors, but for certain things, it's acceptable. But the problem with the Charger is that it was base model. It had no features: crank windows, manual mirrors, AM only radio, no air conditioning, no, just a bench seat, no cruise control, none of the fancy stuff. So I thought, well, I'll get another Charger someday, but I want it to be a Cordoba so I can have some of the nicer stuff, since if you know me in this channel, I like the luxury cars. So this here is technically it's a Dodge Charger, but it's got all the bells and whistles of a kind of a Chrysler Newport, New Yorker kind of. Not really as nice as a New Yorker, but it's probably closer to a Newport or a Grand Theory or something like that. But first things first, this car is hideous. I'm aware of that. I do not like the look of vertical headlights. I think they're awful, but it's unique, and I do like unique cars, so there's that. I'm under no illusion. I don't think this is a good-looking car, but it is a unique-looking car, and being that it's in the condition that it's in, I will be able to daily drive this and not feel bad about it, because it looks like it's in really good condition on camera here, but I'll show you why it's not. So going around, walk around here. It's got the Corinthian leather padded bucket seats with the 3-spoke steering wheel. It's not tilt, unfortunately. If it was tilt, it would have had the 2-spoke with the leather pad in the middle, but this is a 3-spoke aluminum steering wheel with the plastic outer rim, which is not cracked at all, by the way. It's in really good shape. This car was bought from the original owner as a 93-year-old man in a nursing home. His son was selling it for him, who was in his 50s, but the car has got 53,000 original miles on it. One owner car, very well taken care of, garage kept, and very rarely driven in the wintertime. It has air conditioning, cruise control, come on, focus camera, cruise control, and 3-speed delay wipers, which is amazing. So those are the 3 main luxury features about it that it does have. It's got full instrumentation, so it's got a temp gauge, it's got a charging gauge, and it's got an oil pressure gauge, which is great to have on old stuff like this. It does not have a clock, which is odd because my Charger had a clock, and it's AM only radio, but I already bought an AM FM radio with cassette, brand new, old stock, on eBay, that's just sitting on my radio shelf right now. So as soon as I get a chance, I'll be swapping that and putting some rear speakers in it. So I will, and it has a digital clock on it, so I will be getting a clock. It's not the original analog clock that should be going right there, but it doesn't have that, so I might as well just put a digital one in anyway that keeps time better and all that. But it's I mean, the door panels are in pristine condition, sort of. I'll show you why it's not in a second. A little bit of rust here, but it's not coming apart like the Oldsmobile is. And this is really cool. It's got reclining seats. I've never seen a car from the 70s with reclining seats. Usually you get 3-way or 6-way power seats where you can tilt the seat like my Oldsmobile, but you can't move the actual back of the seat. This is not power seats, but this here lever is to move the seat forward so you can get passengers in the rear, right? But that lever there actually reclines the seat back and forth, which is awesome. I've never seen that before in a 70s car. It's very, very cool. It's got shag carpet, original floor mats. Would you shut up, please? Thank you. There's your AM only radio. I don't know why it was optioned with AM only when it's got the nicest seats that these could come with, and the all the bells and whistles over here in this area, but it is what it is. It does have crank windows, which I actually like. I don't like power windows on old cars like this because they break all the time and you can't find parts for them, and you can't get them apart because they're not meant to come apart, so you have to drill out rivets and re-rivet and all this bullshit, and I don't like to deal with that on old cars, so I actually prefer crank windows if possible. This here light thing, which let me see if I can actually... Lens is broken on that. That one's good, but the light bulb is out. That one's good, and then that one over there, the lens is broken and the bulb is out. So we'll be replacing those lenses. I actually got those in addition to the car. I got them with the car as an additional gift. Center console, awesome. That's about it for features as far as the features go on this car. Dimming rearview mirror, all that standard shit. There's no vanity mirrors on it on either side, so there's that. This door handle's broken off. I didn't do that, it was like that. It looks like someone tried to glue it and fix it and failed, so I'll probably end up putting a self-tapper through the other side of it and just holding it on and hoping that that fixes it. Otherwise, the doors are in pristine condition, the seats are in pristine condition. There's a little bit of a little coffee stain or something right there, but other than that, it's only got one mirror. It doesn't have a passenger side mirror, which is odd as hell because my 75 Charger, a car that was older than this on the same platform and lower end, had a passenger side mirror, so oh well, that's kind of weird, but is what it is. Look at this. This is the most exciting part of the whole thing. Look at this vinyl top. Look at how nice this is. It is not even cracking or peeling or bubbling up anywhere. It looks beautiful. It's pristine. There's a little bit of rust right in there, but that's not that bad. Weird aftermarket rear center high mount brake light that is screwing up my blinkers, so I will be getting rid of that. But I mean, just look at this top. Look at how amazing that is. The coach lights do work, by the way. The headlights do not work. I need to fix it. We got wiring. This thing's got a few gremlins. It's a Dodge, of course it has gremlins, but this is the part that gets a little gnarly here. There's rust all along here. It's not cancer, it's not through, it's just surface, so I'll be sanding it down, grinding it down to bare metal, and spray painting it, probably just keeping it primer for now. But I need new beauty rings for the trim here. This one is kind of falling apart and disintegrating a little bit. You can see back here where it should have screws through it but doesn't because it disintegrated. So if you guys know where I can source a part for that, that'd be great. More rust all along here. Somebody tried to do touch-up paint and it kind of looks like shit, so I will be redoing that touch-up paint. Rust along the back of here. Here's the worst part right here. The bumper is shot all the way through. This side's not as bad as the other side is. Let me go back to the other side. Right there, boom. Big ass hole in the rear bumper. This light doesn't work. I'm gonna have to be replacing the rear bumper, which is gonna be a job and a half, but it's gotta happen because that's the only rusty part of the car, that's through and through cancerous, terrible, shitty rust. But I'll be fixing it. Pinstripes are in good shape, all except for the trunk, which is a little bit not there. But this beauty ring as well needs to be replaced. It's snapped off here, it's gone, and then the rust all along the wheel well there. So I'll be fixing that rust. Got a little spot here, which I'll be getting redone. Little spot here, don't know if I'm going to care about that too much just yet. And then your little spots here, all over the door there. There's the lacking rearview mirror. But yeah, other than that, those rust spots, some weird paint imperfections that are going to be buffed out, and the trim on the wheels and the bumper, all that stuff aside, the only issues it has is the headlights don't work and the turn signal switch is busted. So the turn signal don't cancel and the horn doesn't work because the signal is interrupted. So the switch won't ground out when you honk the horn. But other than those things, there's nothing wrong with it. It's ready to be driven. There's nothing mechanically wrong with it. It runs like a top. It starts amazing. The transmission shift's amazing. The suspension is good as far as I can tell. I only drove it once. It's not registered or anything, and the tabs are expired, but I did drive it up and down the road, and the suspension seems to be good. Everything seems to be good with it. So, knock on wood, it's ready to go. I just got to do some fine tuning and fixing some body work on there, but that's it. There's nothing, no dents or dings or scratches or major whatever's on it. It's a really nice car, and it was bought for really, really cheap. I got it for cheaper. Well, my parents got it for cheaper than what I got the Oldsmobile for, and it's in definitely better condition than the Oldsmobile was. So there's your update. I got this car. This will be what's being uploaded, some videos on in the future. I'll also upload some stuff with my other cars, but you know how it goes. I gotta wait till something breaks, and usually I just fix it and don't even make a video on it. But we'll see how it goes. Hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in a future video whenever it is that I release that. Once again, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.